What if I told you there was a lot that you don't know about the phrase 40 acres and a mule? Now, many people have heard this phrase used from time to time, but don't truly know the story behind it. So let's talk about it. In 1865, slavery was abolished after the Civil War and the 13th Amendment. After centuries of slavery, the formerly enslaved people did not have education or resources to make a living and gain stability as a free person. However, there was hope. Before the Civil War ended, William Sherman, who was a Union general, this guy right here, he met with 20 black leaders at 8 o'clock at night in Savannah, Georgia. Now, the purpose of this meeting was to address the needs of the black community following the end of slavery. Now, in order to make sure things go smoothly and in order, the 20 black leaders selected a spokesperson to take the lead, and they selected 67-year-old Garrison Frazier, who was a Baptist preacher. Oh, and you can bet your by golly that Mr. Frazier made his desire for the black community very clear. He said they wanted land. Land was a major means of gaining economic freedom. It really still is today. Now, I want y'all to keep in mind that this is a group of people who provided free labor for centuries, which in many ways helped America become the economic power that it is. And all these people wanted was land. Well, their request was granted. Something called Special Order Number 15 was issued by William Sherman, and this promised land to up to 40 acres for every black family. This was land along the Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina coast. Not only were they going to receive land, but they were also going to be lended some army mules, hence the term 40 acres and a mule. Now, as you could probably expect, they immediately traveled to go get their new land. Many of them had to walk very, very long distances, and they only took what they could carry. But you know, it was all right because they was gonna get their land. For months, many black people built homes, planted crops, and established communities on their new land. And just so we're all clear how big of a deal this was, these were people who were abused, bruised, maimed, raped, brutally beaten, brutally overworked with nothing to show for it. But things were changing. Finally, their cries, prayers, blood, sweat, and tears were no longer in vain. However, this was only a short-lived victory. Abraham Lincoln was assassinated in April of 1865, so Andrew Johnson became president. And as you can probably see by how mad and mean this joker looked, it's finna be trouble. The order issued by William Sherman that gave black people this land also gave them some mules. It was reversed by Andrew Johnson. Black people were forcefully removed and evicted from their homes and communities, oftentimes with little to no notice. And a lot of the forced removal was done by federal troops. These people were forced to either be homeless or go back to the plantations as sharecroppers, working for little to nothing. That's the story of 40 acres and a mule. And we oftentimes hear reparations for black people discussed as some type of complex goal or unachievable phenomenon. However, the conversation should really be framed as restitution for a broken promise. Not just the centuries of slavery, but what was promised, rightfully given, and then snatched away. And if anybody ever told you any different, they lied to you.